Welcome back to Scottie'S lifestyle, and today I'm going to be making some onion barbecue wings, and this is a pretty simple recipe, easy to follow, great taste after, so let's get into it. So here I have my chicken wings and I already washed them. I washed them with some vinegar and kind of strip off the little string from it. So I'm going to be seasoning it up and let it sit for a couple hours before I bake it. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using some blended natural seasoning on it. So I'm just going to apply some. You don't have to use this, but I like to use it because it gives the chicken a different flavor. And this is just some blended natural seasoning like scallion, onion, thyme and garlic. And then I'm going to also be using some all-purpose. I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon of all-purpose, but I'm going to be putting everything in a bowl and mix all my powder seasoning together. I'm also going to be using some chicken seasoning. I'll be using 1 teaspoon of each. I'm going to be using some paprika, and I'm also going to be using some onion powder, and you can also use garlic powder, but I don't have any garlic powder today, so I'm just going to be using these only. So I'm going to just mix this together. Then I'm going to just apply this mixture to the chicken. You don't have to use all of it. Just want to rub that in. And as I said, I'm not going to cook it same time. I'm going to let it sit for a couple of hours to marinate before actually baking it. And for this onion barbecue chicken wings, I'm going to actually make my own onion barbecue sauce. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make that sauce. And what I'll be doing, I'll be putting this chicken in the oven for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to take them out and marinate them in my onion barbecue sauce that I will be making. I'm also going to add a little coconut oil, or you can use olive oil or whichever oil you have. I'm going to mix that in. I'm going to add a little bit more of my powder seasoning. And I'm telling you guys that natural blended season is going to give your chicken wings a nice flavor. Alright guys, so this is it. I'm going to let it sit for a couple hours before marinating, before baking it. So it's going to be sitting here for about 2 to 3 hours before I actually put them in the oven. So I'm going to walk you through the process of making my own honey barbecue sauce to go on this chicken. Alright guys, so I'm going to start to make my barbecue sauce, my onion barbecue sauce. As you can see, I have my onion right here. So what I'm going to be using my sauce is some pretty simple ingredients, nothing extraordinary. So I'm going to start off by adding some ketchup to my saucepan. It's about 3 spoons of ketchup. Okay. I'm going to be adding some honey. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of honey. Just going to use a little bit more. And I'm going to also use a little paprika, about half teaspoon. I'm going to use some onion powder, about 1 teaspoon. Also going to add a little all-purpose, about half of teaspoon, not a lot. You don't need a lot of powder seasoning for the sauce. Also a little chicken season. That's it. So what I'm going to do next, I am going to add some water to this, and I'm going to mix it out, and then I'm going to put it on the stove and let it come to a boil and get thick, and then that is what I'm going to use to marinate the chicken when I take it out. Alright, I'm also going to add a teaspoon of brown sugar. So before adding the water though, I'm just going to combine all of this ingredient together. So I'm going to just mix it. So I'm mixing everything. Then I'm going to go ahead and pour the water on it. Then I'm just going to mix this out. You want to ensure that you mix it right out to get all the ingredients combined together properly. Mix it right out until it gets smooth. And then all you gotta do is just put this on the stove and let it come to a boil until it is thick and creamy. Based on the texture, you can add more water to it, and it all depends on the amount of sauce you want. You can also adjust the other ingredients. Alright guys, so I'm going to put this on the stove now, and I'm also going to put in my chicken in the oven. My oven has been preheating, and I'm going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes and put the oven on 250 degrees. And then after that 30 minutes, I'm going to add the wings to this sauce and put them back in the oven. Alright guys, so now chicken has been marinated for over 2 to 3 hours. So now I'm going to put them in my baking tin. But I'm going to base my baking tin with some coconut oil. You can use non-stick spray if you have any, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use some coconut oil, or you can use butter to grease the pan, but I'm going to grease it with some coconut oil. So you just want to baste the bottom of the pan, and this is to make avoid the chicken from sticking to the bottom of the pan. And guys, I'm going to put my wings here, and then I'm going to cover it for the first 30 minutes. I'm going to cover it with file paper. Alright, so this should do it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to just cover this with a piece of file paper, and then I'm going to place it in the oven for 30 minutes, and I'm going to put my oven on 250. Alright guys, so I'm going to put it in the oven now. So guys, I'm going to let my sauce cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright guys, now my sauce is boiling. It's looking nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this boil some more, get a little bit thicker before turning it off. And you can smell all the flavor coming out of the sauce. Alright guys, so now this is the texture you want to aim to get. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. So this is thick enough for me. And guys, you can always taste your sauce and see if it needs anything else, so you can always add stuff to it to get it the way how you want it. Alright guys, it's 30 minutes, so I'm going to check on the wings. Take it out of the oven. And be careful when taking off the foil. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put my wings in my sauce, and then I'm going to get rid of that extra water from the baking tin. So what I'm going to do is simply place them in the sauce. So I'm just going to shake it up so that everything gets marinated properly in this sauce. So you want it to look something like this. So now I'm just going to put it back. And this time when I put it back in the oven, I'm not going to cover it. I'm going to also just put some on top of them like this. Then I'm going to put it back in the oven. Alright guys, so I'm going to take it out now. It's been 5 minutes after adding the sauce. This is what you should aim for. So this is my lovely honey barbecue wing. Alright guys, so I'm going to plate it and show it to you. So this is what it should looks like. So after that 30 minutes, you just need to take it out, marinate it in your sauce, and then you just put it in back for about 5 to 7 minutes. That's it, because you don't want it to stay in the oven long with the sauce on it, because it's going to start to stick to the pan because of the honey and the sugar. Alright guys, this is the finished product. This is my honey barbecue wings. And guys, you definitely need to try this recipe. It is quick, easy, just 30 minutes or 35 minutes. And you can do this recipe if like you're having friends over for a games night. It's delicious, I'm telling you. I want you to try this recipe and tell me what you think in the comment section. I love this. This is one of my favorite wings to have. So please try it out and let me know what you think about this recipe. And thank you for watching my videos. Please let me know in the comment section what you want me to make next. And please like and share this video. Thank you guys.